Welcome back to Real Estate UnRaked, the show where we ditch the fluff and give it to you straight. Today, we're busting one of the biggest myths in real estate, the idea that your perfect dream home is out there just waiting for you.
That Pinterest perfect kitchen, the walk-in closet the size of a small country. Yeah, we all want it. But what happens when chasing perfection keeps you from actually buying a great home?
We're going to unpack why that perfect home mindset can be a trap and what really matters when it comes to smart home ownership.
So whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned mover-upper, this one's going to shift how you think about your next home.
So, guys, let's unrake the truth about what you should really be looking for and why perfect is the enemy of progress.
Let's do it.
All right. Welcome to podcast number 13. This is the lucky number, right?
There's nothing wrong with that
My
number.
favorite.
There you go. Okay. So, like we have been for the past couple episodes, it's dad joke time, but we got a dual one for you today. So, the first one is
You want me to go ahead or you go ahead?
you go ahead, Dane.
All right. Why did the scarecrow get promoted? Because he was outstanding in his field.
I loved how you have emphasis on it. I'm so dry. All right. What do you guys call an angry carrot? A steamed vegetable.
Oh my gosh. Play on words. Play on words.
Yes, that's all it is. That's all it is. All right. Well, we're going to hit one of these myths. Then what are pretty much what we're going to be doing here for really the duration of today and some of our future podcasts, as we're going to start talking about things that no other real estate agent's going to talk about. We're going to talk about some really bold and transparent stuff. So when we actually tell you that a big myth about finding your perfect home is a myth, well, let's just say we have our in-field experience, Dane, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Where usually what people want, if they want their perfect dream home, this and that, they better build it. If you're out there looking for it, well, guess what? You're going to have to be making a few sacrifices and a couple settlement. But, at the end of the day, let's not stop the process on that. All right. So where the perfect home myth comes from, all right, the cultural expectations, HGTV, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
All those fun shows to watch.
Yeah.
I have to admit it. I watch them.
Yeah. I mean,
We all do.
how many times have we seen that? And Pam, we talked about this a couple of episodes ago where I said, well, you got part-time student teacher and a lady that works, at the Humane Society, and they got a budget of over $1 million for a home. And the first thing you go is, they're from California. But that stuff isn't very realistic. And then when you really dive into those shows and see that, you see actually what the cost of the home is, what the person actually had to pay for that. And especially when is it fix it or flip it?
It's like, yes.
Is that the
love
one
it or
where
list it? That's
love it or
another
list
one.
it?
Love
You
it
got
or
the
list
guy
it,
and the
yeah.
lady and the
Right.
other two hosts, and they kind of go back and forth with each other.
Fix it and flip
Kind of
it,
a
yeah.
guilty
Yeah.
pleasure of mine. I love watching that show.
It's so good.
They can be
like,
annoying,
I get
but
it. They do a good job.
Yeah.
Right.
They spent all that money on the reno and all that kind of stuff to sell it. That costs the buyer and the seller, or the seller that own the home, that cost them a pretty penny.
Oh, I'm sure.
100%.
Yeah, there's
Gotta have
no
big budget.
discounts in that. That's full
Mm-mm.
retail, and the benefit is that you get to be on TV.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, all that stuff you got to sign, all those NDAs, non-disclosures.
Not
and
like
all
they're
that
getting
stuff.
sponsorship deals or anything after the episode.
I know. You got to
So
go through
it's out of their
all
pocket.
that stuff.
Yep.
When really, when you deal with a simple real estate agent like us, it's less things to sign and we're more transparent.
There you go.
Yeah,
For real.
true.
For real.
All right. So here's a good question for you guys. How does marketing on social media really distort the reality of buying a home and what you're looking for?
I know agents, and it's all of us, right? We try to market something so that buyers can envision themselves being in it, right? The type of lifestyle, how that would make their day to day, et cetera, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with that, yes, it's a good tactic to get you like a buyer on the hook to be like, oh, I actually like this house, but they may not tell you all the other things underneath it, underlying.
Right. Let it back to the interstate. Or something like
Exactly.
that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not all truths what you see on social media.
No, it's not. I tell you, Brooke and Brittany do a very, very good job when they do their videos because they bring real life situations into the home and kind of create different lifestyles under one roof for everybody. So it's nice to see what they do as far as marketing goes, because it seems like we're a little bit more realistic in our social media marketing than you see most people. You know, you got people that get thrown into pools and how great they are and all this new construction and all that kind of stuff. Well, guess what? New construction's awesome, but guess what happens to it? It ages.
Right.
And especially new communities. And my gosh, let's say you do find what you consider a perfect home, a brand new construction. It is great where it's at. All right. Let's say that you're one of the first people in the subdivision. What happens after a few years when all those homes get bought? One, you don't know the neighbors. Two, you can't research it. You may find out you got buyer's remorse 5 years down the road. What do? I've got a couple buyers that they're wanting out. Dane, we just did one for, one of our referral partners.
Right.
And they found something out that wasn't disclosed to us 6-7 months later.
Yeah.
And
after they moved in.
After they moved in and they found the perfect house that they wanted. They didn't settle, which is great. But the true idea of it being perfect all the way around, rude awakening.
Yeah, you're right. And the thing is, there's not a perfect home, but there is the right home.
There you go. I like talking
Love that
about
saying.
that. So if you have an unrealistic buyer, all right, looking at everything that we're talking about in the subject right now, you've got HGTV, social media, things that they want. They want gourmet kitchens. Everything's huge and grand, great open space, this and that. Okay. But the price tag isn't what they want to be. Does that halt the buying process?
Absolutely.
Absolutely it does. So what kind of things do you think that buyers have on their checklist as they go through looking at homes? Because most likely, this, they're on Zillow, they're on Realtor, they're on Redfin, they're on everywhere else,
right?
Looking at these homes going, oh my gosh, this is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want.
Fully updated kitchen, stainless steel appliances, fully updated bathrooms.
Nice countertops.
But what if it's in the wrong neighborhood? What if it's a longer commute? What if the neighborhood is not, as you just said, looking up to par in a recent episode? You got all these nice amenities or nice things in the home, but it doesn't work for you where it's location.
Right.
Well,
So is that the right home?
Might be.
Or is it the perfect home? No.
Well, I think that's why having a buyer consultation with a buyer in the very beginning is very, very important to set expectations. And for me, it gives me the opportunity to spell out what the process is.
Yeah.
This is what you're looking for. I'm going to show you homes here and here so that you can get a good picture of what the market is offering right now. You say you want new construction and you want these things. We're going to look at new construction, but I'm also going to show you a couple resale. Just, being able to spell it out up front so that they have that expectation that you're going to show them everything that is available to them that would check off most of their wants.
Right. And during that too, I think it's nice too, you're making it more realistic because, their checklist can be really long, right? And maybe it's something that they can control after the fact when they move in, right? Like paint on the wall. I see that a lot on TV too, like HGTV house hunters are like, oh, this paint's terrible. Well, that's something you can change after the fact. So it's also you can help them decide what actually is a deal breaker to them for a house.
I'm going to
during this.
It's addicting. Home Depot is addicting for homeowners,
Oh my
especially
gosh.
new ones.
Oh yeah.
So, make it fun. Who cares about yellow paint ruined or whatever it is?
Right.
Those are the easy things that you can do on your own if you want to. It's a weekend project.
Right.
Heck, you can paint a room in a couple hours.
Yeah.
You really can.
For sure.
But, that stuff that's on the list about what everybody wants and how they deter it. And first thing that they see that they don't like that isn't on their list, they're like, absolutely not. Well, Pam, I love the idea that you're talking about the buyer consultation because nowadays it's a lot different than what it was in real estate. Let's say really before our cell phones became a progression. You look at, how everybody's taught is you run into the sales funnel. You start with a customer that's looking at the home, okay, or wanting to buy a home. They would go see a real estate agent in an office. They would sit down in their office and say, okay, here we go, folks. What are you looking for? Give me your wants and needs and everything else. It was a buyer's consultation. It was a buyer's interview. But since we are no longer the gatekeepers of the MLS, because it's all on our phones now, the third-party websites, everything you go to, we don't have a sales funnel anymore. It's a circle. And we, as real estate agents, are interjected into that circle at any point in time in the process. And here lately, it's been the commonality that we're jumping in to go meet these customers for the first time when they finally want to go look at a home.
Right.
And they're hitting their checklist of all these unexpected expectations that they have of this. And what is most of the thing that we usually see? Upset, disappointed. It's not what the pictures did. It's just, I don't like the area, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So then what we have to do is we have to backpedal the client.
Right.
All right.
Yeah. Well, but the term buyers are liars isn't a derogatory term. I think it just, it references, I think it's exactly that.
Yeah.
You have to almost be disappointed and recalibrate your expectations. I mean, sometimes they really don't know what they want. They want new. They want everything new. They want everything new, but they hate that all the new houses that they're looking at are on postage stamp lots, and you see 20 other neighbors when you walk out your back door, which kind of then shifts that thought to, okay, well, maybe something that's resale with a big yard, mature trees and things like that, that's got some updates might be better for you. So being able to, take that disappointment and be able to celebrate it as a victory.
Absolutely. No, you're dead center on that thought process, because I don't know how many people say, yeah, this house is beautiful, but I didn't realize that I could be sitting on the throne in the bathroom and I could literally open up my window and knock on the neighbor's door window and say, hey, can I toilet paper I can borrow?
You see that a lot.
Some of these lot lines are less than 10 feet. But
very
I
close.
think here lately they've been,
Right.
you got to be 10 feet from each house. So the actual property line,
5 feet.
it's 5 feet.
That's correct.
Isn't that crazy?
My preference, no thank you.
And to
Some
actually,
people like the company.
to give you perspective on actually how far that really is, a basketball hoop is 10 feet in the air. And how many basketball players can jump higher than 10 feet?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's not that
I'm
far.
visualizing that. I'm
It's not
having
that
a
far.
rationalization right now. That's crazy.
And as adventurous as I was when I was a kid, a 10-foot jump would be nothing. So get a 2-story house and you get some adventurous children you got to raise, and you happen to be working. What do you think they're going to do? Let's jump roof to roof.
Yeah. No doubt.
Sorry.
Did you do that when you were growing up?
No comment, but yeah.
Is this where it's coming from?
There's things that I did that's unspeakable, unfortunately.
What's that joke they talk about when a guy says, watch this? What's the beginning
Oh,
of
hold my beer.
Oh, my beer.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about some other things. Hidden cost of chasing perfection. Let's say that you find that perfect resale home, but they don't want to have to worry about doing this, doing that, because they're still caught on the idea of the newer construction and the modernization of some of this stuff. And they lose an opportunity on like a great neighborhood or stronger market, stronger resale value. Oh my gosh. I could go into a whole depth of that right now with new construction and trying to sell the house after 3
Right.
years.
New construction competing with new construction.
Yep. No, thank you. Not right now. We all know what's going on. You got rising in interest rates and home prices while you wait. So if you're trying to find the one that's going to hit all your buttons and it has to be the one, you're fighting against right now, because right now in this market, it is a perfect time for a buyer to buy.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
100%.
So what? The rates are a little higher, but you know what? We're talking about buy down rates that you can get. You got seller concessions you can use. You can negotiate with the seller better because they want to sell and move on.
Mhm.
And so they're taking a reduction on that. So, and there's not that many buyers in the market right now. So less competition. Let's say that you're waiting for that perfect home that's hitting all the buttons. Okay. And you do that, but you happen to do it when there's 1.6 million more buyers out in the market because the interest rate's gotten better. And that's what really sends you to the next level.
Right.
Oh, do you think you're going to get a great deal on that house?
Nope.
You probably pay more for it, even though you got a lower interest rate. You're paying more for it. There's going to be more emotional stuff going on because you're going to be worried about if your offer is going to get accepted. I could go on and on about that. All right. What other things do you guys think about that hidden cost of chasing a dream? Like not so much a dream, but the perfect home. If you're not able to make adjustments as a buyer and I don't know, just having more of an open mind.
Yeah. Well, no home is going to check off all of your boxes,
Right.
unless you can afford to pay, $2-3 million for that perfect home.
Or build your own perfect home.
Exactly. But I just think that keeps you from moving forward and losing out on opportunities and having the coulda, shoulda, wouldas.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. That's right.
All of those.
So let's talk about this. What really matters for that customer when buying a home? What are the main 3 things or 4 things that buyers should really, really, really be focused on?
Well, in real estate school, I heard location, location, location.
Location, location, location. Yes.
Location, price, and
Multiple
condition.
times.
Yeah.
Resale value, long-term investment potential. I mean, the whole idea of owning a home is the American dream, right?
Yep.
And it creates generational wealth.
Right.
That's the whole idea behind it. That's probably the best investment you could ever make in your entire life is going to be real estate.
Yeah.
Because you're living in it, you're using it, you're doing everything. I actually just had this conversation with my kids this weekend. And I said, listen, you go buy a new car, you make monthly payments on it, right? And they're like, yeah. Do you know that every time you make a monthly payment, that car is worth less? Even though you're owe less, it's also worth less.
Yeah.
I go, did you know that if you go make a monthly payment on a home that you actually purchase, that every time you make a payment, that it actually increases in value? They're like, what? Absolutely, it does.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
Mind blown.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, also going back to like the location part too, but like I always tell buyers to look for an area that like fits your daily life.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the commute like to work, right? School, dropping off kids.
Exactly.
Going out for fun, right?
Yeah.
What restaurants are out there? What are your expectations for that? What's going to make you happy? And it's reasonable at the same time.
Yeah, the location thing, I get that a lot. I only want to be 30 minutes from my job.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's redefine 30 minutes, all right? We live in a city, all right? What happens if there's a traffic issue?
It's going to take a lot longer.
Yeah.
Can't get across
Granted,
the bridge.
It's not that way all the time, but maybe you should identify not mileage, but traffic patterns.
Right.
And we can get more for bang for your buck if you live over here or you do this and do that. You can get a better home. You can check more off your perfect home list. But it's all going to drive around if that is your button, 30 minutes to work. Well, guess what? If it's 34 and you have less traffic to deal with, would you be willing to do it?
Right.
Just got to have an open mind to that.
Yeah.
You really do.
That's our job, to help them open their minds.
Yeah.
Room to grow or upgrade. That would be another one I would think. That'd be important for a buyer.
See what your life's like going to be in 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Just see.
Functionality over feature. You can have those great 42-inch cabinets with other lighting and all that. Has anybody seen the lighting department in IKEA?
I love IKEA.
Oh, there's so many things you could do.
Ooh,
That's how I built my office in my house
I need to go shopping
With IKEA?
evidently.
with IKEA. I did all through IKEA, and I got
love
the shelving done right. I picked all my lighting out, and all my lighting is ran through my phone.
Very cool.
It's awesome.
You're giving me ideas.
That's where my
office.
functionality purpose ends.
So there's a lot of things you can do. I mean, you wait for Veterans Day or the Memorial Day sales for appliances. Home Depot runs it all, and they got like 0% interest for like ever. Let's say you go buy a house, it saved you a bunch of money. It's in the right location for you, but it's not that shiny new penny that everybody else wants.
Right.
But yet, what really turned you on was the double oven and all this. Well, guess what? We can probably put that in the house for you.
Yeah.
Yes, it's another expense. And you think the expense on buying a home, you think all this stuff needs to be included. That is another myth within a myth is just because it's all bundled together doesn't mean it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bridget hit on something too, as far as, what works for today is that what's going to be working for you in 5 years.
Right.
So you do have to think, okay, is this really going to matter to you 6 months from now or 5 years from now? And again, I think it all goes back to being able to have that conversation with your buyer in the very beginning
Right.
about expectations, their current plans, their future plans, family growth or downsizing, whatever. Being able to have that buyer consultation in the beginning
Exactly.
to ask those, they may sound random to the buyer when you first ask all these questions, but it really helps when they feel like they're on the fence. And you'd be like, you had mentioned to me when I asked you when we first met that, in 3 years, all your kids are going to be gone or whatever, just to help them get unstuck from what they may be stuck on, which could be something as simple as countertops,
Right.
to get them to really open up and expand, because you got to remember too, this is a huge, huge purchase for them. People don't buy houses every day.
Yeah.
But we are with people that buy houses every day. And sometimes
Exactly.
you got to be able to have them get beyond a certain thing that may not matter to them in 6 months.
Yeah. The lost, you want to know a lost Jedi art for a real estate agent right now? Is listening.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When I go show houses to customers that have the specific thing in mind, okay, I'll take them to where they want to. They'll call me, hey, I saw this on Zillow last night. I want to go see it. Okay, I'll go see it. Yeah, no problem. Let's go see it. Knowing that may not be what they want because they told me something completely different. I've always believed actions speak louder than words. So I'll do what their actions are. But then when I get there, I'll tell them about the house and I'll watch. Even if we got like 10 houses or 5 houses to go see that day, I won't say a word. I won't ask them questions. I won't say, hey, what do you think about this? Oh, this is great. It's not my job to sell the house. It's my job to show the house and help them get that house in any way necessary. So the house is going to sell itself. It really is. They're going to walk in. They're going to see the things that they want. This is what's going to make them pull the trigger. But what makes me a really good agent is when I go there, I pay attention to the people that I'm helping.
You're right.
Because sometimes they can't help themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They will talk themselves out of everything.
Yeah.
Even the right decision. So I'll listen. And then at the end of the day, I'll go, hey, guess what? When we were there, your wife talked about how great she liked this thing about the house. You said how much you hate about this house. And I would break it down to each home. I said that at the end of the day, guys, it looks like after looking at these 6 houses, this is what we need to find for you. Oh, by the way, what are you doing at 2:30 tomorrow? Because the house that everybody liked out of everything, this is the one you need to go look at. Well, I never thought about that. Well, let's go look at it.
Mm-hmm.
They walk in and they're like, oh my gosh, that right there is being a real estate agent.
Yeah.
That right there is focusing on your customer and helping them.
Right.
So did I really sell the house? Absolutely, I did. But did I sell them the right house? Did I help them find the right things? They'll tell you all day long what they want, but emotionally, it all comes out physically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be able to identify that. So that's the lost Jedi art for real estate. It really is. So,
And you don't want them to have any regrets.
You don't.
You really have to, even if it's placed in, just humor me. I'd like to show you this.
I like that.
You haven't considered this, but I think, it'd be wise for you to see as a means of comparison.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny, we're talking about new houses and new construction and everything like that. And then we say, well, maybe resales are your thing. I actually had a client last November, a year ago, that was all about the resale, all about doing this, and this. And I turned them on new construction and they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. I never even thought of that. I thought it was too expensive to get in there. No. So you're going to have people that are going to go one way or the other.
Right.
You just got to be able to identify it.
And you got to
Right.
remember their whys from the first time you ever met
Right.
them,
Mhm.
because they might get stuck on thinking they want a certain thing, but you're remembering what they told you when you first talked to them 2 months ago.
Yeah, we remember that. They may not.
Right.
We do. We keep notes.
We have to. All right. So let's talk about 80-20 rule when it comes for buyers. If it checks 80% of your needs, it's a winner, for them. The last 20% can be added over time, or honestly, something you can live with for a period of time because your lifestyle is going to change. 3 to 5 years is going to change. Heck, usually a relationship, you go through that growth period and things change. What's it, every 7 years or something like that? Somebody had talked about
7 years.
like every 7 years, people kind of reinvent themselves, or they get to a point where they have to make a shift.
Right.
So, and if you're in a great marriage and things work out, you can adjust those shifts with people. If you can't, well, guess what? That's why the divorce rate's so
Oh my gosh. Oh my.
But this is not an attorney podcast. This is a real estate podcast.
Yes.
Let's
But
not
anyway.
go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, let's not go down there.
Oh my goodness.
But at the end of the day, don't worry about that 20%. Focus on the 80. Just like I always tell everybody, focus on the 90, not the 10.
Right.
It's going to cover most of your stuff. The 20%, we can figure that out. Or the 10%, we can figure that out. However you want to see fit. All right. Focus on what you can't change. Lot, location, schools. Is there anything else you guys think that we should add to that? No.
Can't change the neighbors either.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing
Walk
about
the
that
street.
because that is so true.
Walk the streets. See
I
what's
love
going
this
on around
house,
here.
but the neighbors next door yard
Well,
has like
one-
20 spare tires and burned out cars in the backyard.
Right.
That's why HOA is important.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
doubt. But one thing I have suggest to my buyers is drive around in the morning,
Mhm.
midday, and in the evenings, and see what's going on in that neighborhood. If that's one you're seriously
Right.
considering.
Right.
That's good.
Watch
That's
the
actually a
kids
piece of
get off the
advice.
school bus, or go park out in front of the school
Right.
and watch the kids come out of school. I mean, that's going to be your biggest telltale sign if you're really looking at schools.
Right.
Yeah, the other thing is resetting expectations without lowering your standards. Reevaluate your must-haves and your nice-to-haves, and think 5 to 10 years, not 3 to 5.
Yeah.
Now I know, here lately, especially during the COVID end, people were making moves up and down. Lower interest rate required people to actually move in and out of houses like they bought cars.
Yeah.
That's really not how it's supposed to work. It really isn't. So think 5 to 10 years ahead and get a market savvy agent insight on what's going on, what's happening, where the trends are at. That way they can help you decipher through all that fluff and white noise and social media and HGTV. Okay. And no, don't pick an agent from HGTV either, because that's not
Yeah.
real either.
Yeah.
All right. It's not.
No doubt.
Do your research, reach out to people, find out who it is, talk to your friends,
Yep.
find out who they used and if they liked them. That doesn't mean that has to be your ultimate pick.
Yeah.
People need to take the time to really interview the agent,
Yep. Absolutely.
because you never know what happens. I mean, there's several examples that I can use of people like, well, my mom and dad use this real estate agent that's been doing it for 25 years. Oh, that's great. Do they know what's going on? Do they know this? Do they know that? Well, they've been so accustomed to the way they do it.
Right.
That may not fit your lifestyle. That may not fit what you're looking for. Everybody's got a match somewhere, and you just got to figure that out.
Exactly.
All right, let's jump into our featured area. We are hitting the beaches. We're going north of Nocatee, like we talked about in last episode, and we're going north. We're going to hit Neptune Beach, Jacksonville Beach, and Atlantic Beach.
My neck of the woods.
Let's talk about it.
Beautiful, beautiful
Ugh.
area.
If you're seeing this on YouTube, you just see I have like 100 things in my brain right now to talk about it. I won't go
Just-
through all 100
just
things. Like you're
crack
opening
it
a can of
open.
worms right now.
Wow.
Well, I tell you what, in the last 20, I used
So
to live
good.
there 23 years ago, and they've updated that area so well with, people updating the homes, restaurants, shops, everything up there is absolutely wonderful at the beaches out there. So much to do. And
So much to do.
yeah,
And in Atlantic and Neptune Beach, I mean, and Jax too, I guess all of them, they're super residential as well.
mhm,
Right. So, yeah, you may still get some tourists going there, getting their Airbnbs. But at the end of the day, it's people that actually live at the
Yeah.
beaches. So they take good care of the beaches. Atlantic and Neptune Beach, they are dog friendly. So I take the dog off the leash. So if you're a big pet person, do it. It's amazing.
Do people ride bicycles over there?
They still ride their bikes.
Yes.
They still ride their
everywhere.
bikes.
And it's wonderful. So if you're into
Still ride their
health,
bikes.
you walking on the beach, riding the bikes out there, it's just absolutely wonderful.
Surfing, big surf spot.
Mm-hmm.
The pier, Jacksonville Beach Pier, you can fish off of that for a couple bucks, get some bait. You can catch some good stuff. I caught like 3. They're not catfish. I don't know. I caught 3 at once at the same time. That was pretty cool. Never done that before. So if you're into
Nice.
fishing, do
Yeah.
that. There's some
Restaurants are
nightlife.
amazing.
Yeah, the restaurants out there are second to
Bars are,
none.
yeah.
One of the things I like about Jack's Beach too is, north of where a lot of the hotels are and everything like that, almost every city block you can turn down and you can park for free.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Free parking. You just find a spot, go get on the beach and,
Mhm.
and enjoy it.
That
And-
is such a big point.
Yeah. And also Jack's Beach always has something going on
Yes.
at the, what is that, a little amphitheater they have there?
Yeah, the
Mhm.
theater.
Yeah, and it is just, they got an event going on all the time, which is great for the community because, like you said, Bridget, there's so many residents. It's mostly residential, so they just got so much going on all the time.
Yeah.
Well, what's the event that they start? They usually start it right before Thanksgiving. There's a deck the chairs.
Deck the chairs, yeah, the lifeguard
Yes.
chairs, yeah.
In October, they have Oktoberfest.
Oh yeah.
That's fun. This past weekend, it was like a surfer girl competition.
Oh, that's cool.
That was awesome. Free.
They have a shrimp fest there in the springtime too.
Yeah.
Yeah, seafood out there is great.
Oh, seafood.
Yeah, Jack's Beach has got a very lively nightlife.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Very lively.
Mhm.
And if that's not your thing, you go just a little bit north and you got Neptune Beach where you've got the quaint shops, the quaint restaurants, all walkable, and it's just a little bit more low key boutique-ish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
I
good
think
way to
that's a
say
way
it.
to
Yeah,
put it.
That's a good way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good word for that. But yeah, the houses are cool. They got you do the high rise thing. You can do the bungalow thing.
They have a mix of everything
It's-
there.
it's-
They really
it's
do.
so cool. It's
What?
so cool.
What is it? Would you say like 1950s, 1960s ranch style?
Yeah.
homes
Yeah.
Are prevalent in that area?
Mhm.
Just off the beach, not the beach homes,
Right.
But
just
but
off the beach.
yeah, and they're all updated and they were super cute.
Yeah.
I mean,
Adorable.
Nice
Adorable.
neighborhoods, big lot sizes, and tree lined streets and everything like
Yeah.
that.
Everybody's friendly.
Ride your bike to the beach.
So friendly.
yeah, you're right.
I do like that.
It is just laid back living.
Laid
Word of
back is a really, really good
That's a
word.
great way to
And,
describe
And,
it.
it feels still, like you said, it's very localized. Like people
Right.
that live out there have lived out there a long time.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
it's not like a total vacation or takeover like you have in most
Yeah.
parts of Florida. It's people come here to live
Right.
year round more so than you have your vacationers that are coming down during spring break and staying there.
Yeah, it's like when you see the tourists in the area, and it's just kind of like everybody's going to be like, eh. But for some reason, when I think of Jack's Beach and stuff like that, it's like a perfect mix of tourists and locals, and everybody's welcoming about it.
Right.
So welcoming.
They got the Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville Hotel there that they put up several years ago,
Yeah.
and they thought that was going to completely change the area. No, it didn't.
No.
It actually became a little bit of a local hangout
Right.
and certain things. But guess what? They're mingling with people that are from out of state or whatever.
Right.
So it's
and
a
if
good
it's
mix.
not your vibe,
Yeah.
you don't go down there and it doesn't really
Right.
spread out to anywhere. And just
Right.
south of there, you're in Ponte Vedra Beach, which is very residential.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Just drive a mile. You're in somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or ride your bike a mile.
There you go.
I would just like to point out too, 4th of July at the beaches is probably the best thing ever because like we talked about how friendly everybody is there. Everybody is in their front yard and everybody's just walking around hanging out. So
Yeah.
if you want to experience that, like the ultimate friendly neighborhood, hey, come by, watch fireworks on the beach. 4th of July at the beaches is
Yes.
phenomenal.
And easy commute over to
Yes.
the St. Johns Town Center, which is the premier shopping area
It is,
in Northeast
yep.
Florida right now too.
So you got the 3 main roads, right? Beach Boulevard, Atlantic Boulevard, JTB.
Yep.
Right?
That's it. Those three.
Easy access to I-95.
Across the intercoastal
And downtown.
and boom, there you
Yeah.
are.
Yep.
Yeah, very nice. And it all kind of goes along the lines of a 30-minute run again,
There you go.
30,
Yeah.
45 minutes.
There you
where
go.
you're at. So
Everything in Jacksonville is about
It
30.
is. It is.
And A1A takes you all the way down to St. Augustine. Easy.
Beautiful drive.
Beautiful.
It is.
Beautiful drive.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Very much so. All right. Well, we're going to wrap up, guys. So here's the truth. Perfect doesn't exist, but purposeful does. Man, I can't say that. Wow.
Try it again. Try it again.
Do it one more time.
All right. Purposeful does. And that's important. Okay. The best homes aren't the ones that check every box on day one, but they're the ones that fit your life, grow with you, and build wealth over time.
And if you're stuck chasing the unicorn, you might miss the opportunity right in front of you.
So don't wait for the perfect home. Start building your perfect future instead.
Follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon. And for video content, check out our YouTube channel at the Rakers Home Group.
Whether you're buying or selling in Northeast Florida, get the home team advantage with us. And we'll see you guys on the next episode of Real Estate UnRaked.